Tirreno-Adriatico is typically played second fiddle to Paris-Nice in the battle of the spring stage races, but this year is a star-studded field, possibly the best we've ever seen. So whittling the field down to just 10 riders to watch has been a difficult task, but here we go. We'll start with the man who drew first blood in the battle of the GC stars in 2015, Chris Froome. Lining up alongside arch-rival Alberto Contador in Andalusia in February, Froome looked beaten by the Spaniard after losing time in both the time trial and the first mountaintop finish. However, he turned the tables on the final mountain stage, beating Berti by just 2 seconds in the GC. Froome missed last year's Tirreno due to a back injury, but he finished second to Vincenzo Nibali in 2013 and will look to go one better this year. Last year, Alberto Contador was a convincing winner of Tirreno, beating his nearest rival Nairo Quintana by over 2 minutes, with teammate Roman Kreuziger in third. This year's course doesn't look quite so tough, but Contador will no doubt be targeting stage 5, which finishes with a 15km climb to Terminillo. He's not raced much in 2015, but you can never count out Nairo Quintana. The Colombian has been recovering from an injury sustained at his national championships, forcing him to skip the Vuelta a Andalucía. His form might be unknown, but on the other hand, he hadn't raced for 2 months before his debut at the Tour de France in 2013, and the lack of racing certainly didn't appear to hinder him there. Winner here 2 years ago, Vincenzo Nibali was having a bit of a disaster this time last year. Opting to ride Paris-Nice instead, he was a lowly 21st overall, and the rest of his spring didn't get much better. However, all of us, Simon in particular, remembers what he did after that. A win at the National Championships was closely followed by 4 stage wins and the overall at the Tour de France. His start to 2015 has also been somewhat muted. He was 20th overall in Oman, but will surely be looking to shine on home roads. Peter Sagan has not had a win now for 8 months, a long drought for a man who has been so prolific throughout his career. He's come close in 2015 in both Qatar and Oman, but he'll be looking to get off the mark here at his first World Tour race of the season. He's no stranger to success in Tirreno. He won the tough stage to Chieti here in 2012 while riding for Nibali, and took a further 2 stages the following year. Contador will take some of the pressure off, but there will still be plenty of eyes on Sagan as he continues his preparation for the Spring Classics. One man who hasn't been short of wins this year is Mark Cavendish. In fact, he's won more than anyone else, with 6 to his name so far. Tirreno is a race close to his heart, and also close to one of his adopted homes in Lucca. A win here would further boost the morale of the Manx missile as he builds towards his first big goal of the year, Milan-San Remo. Contrary to Cavendish, Kittel hasn't had the best of starts in 2015. He won his first race, the People's Choice Classic in Adelaide, but failed to take a stage in the Tour Down Under and barely figured in Qatar. His record at Tirreno isn't the best either, although to be fair, last year was his only participation. One thing is for sure, we all want to see a fair fight to the line between Cav and Kittel, and we could get one here. 4 times a stage winner in this race, Rodriguez will come to the start of this year's race with the aim of increasing that tally. He'll have his work cut out given the opposition, but the steep roads of Italy suit the Spaniard. He was under par in Oman, but it never takes the 35-year-old long to find his form. Fabian Cancellara actually won this race overall back in 2008, albeit on a much flatter route than this year. We don't tend to see much of the big Swiss powerhouse at Tirreno these days, except perhaps for the final day's time trial. But this year he seems to be much more focused on getting results in all races, not just his beloved Spring Classics. With so many star riders, it was difficult for up-and-coming riders to get a look in on our list, but we've decided to give a shot to a man who looks a really exciting prospect, Davide Formolo. The Italian moved across to Cannondale-Garmin this year and has already impressed in Mallorca and Algarve. He's yet to win a pro race in his young career, but he's been impressively consistent and constantly improving, so don't be surprised to see him pull off a shock victory here. We know it might be tricky, but let us know your favourite in the comments section down below.